I'm Bob Harris, president of the Decorative Concrete Institute. Let's take a look at probably my favorite tool in my tool supplement, which is the 4-inch angle grinder. Also, we'll show you the variety of different diamond wheels that attach to the grinders. When you learn how to use this tool properly, this tool can truly become the artist's brush, if you will, depending on how it's used, as we'll demonstrate. A couple of observations when choosing a grinder. A lot of it is a matter of personal taste or personal preference. How does the tool feel in your hand? But some of the specifics that I look for are things like the RPM speed. I want a very high RPM, generally somewhere around 10,000 RPM when I'm choosing my grinder. And the high RPM speed, what that does is it smooths out the blade. I've found that the slower the speed, the blade has a tendency to wobble, and that could be troublesome, especially if you're trying to create some high-end decorative cuts. So I like a very high RPM blade. In addition, again, it's really up to the individual on the start and stop button. This button, for example, locks into place, as you can see here, and to turn it off, you simply go like that. I like to lock it into place simply because your hand would get tired if you're trying to hold it down into place during the duration of the saw cuts. We'll show you a variety of different blades that can attach to these blades. This is actually a blade that I developed. Had a lot of our students that have asked the question, why don't you come up with a 2-inch blade? So finally, I came up with a 2-inch blade, and it'll attach to most standard arbors. So on the grinder, it has a lock position, and you can see it simply threads off in this case. And once again, it'll attach to any standard arbor size. This blade is offered in a 1/16 inch width, an 1/8 of an inch width, and also up to a 1/4 of an inch width. So it really depends on the type of cut that you're making. The majority of the time, I'll use what we call a continuous rim blade, meaning there are no segments into it. I find that I get a much smoother cut when using a continuous rim. Look at the quality of the diamond that you're using. That's very important. You want to look at the life of the grinding disc, but also make sure it's not raveling the edges. Again, most of your standard grinders will come with a tool that allows you to take it off. Once again, you're locking it back into place, but it's simply, you have the mounting bolt or the nut, it simply comes off and fits on here. Moving over here, we've got what's called a crack chaser blade. This is used for making or creating a V groove in your concrete. This is really great for free form art. A lot of times I might try to create vines or a leaf in the concrete, and this is very effective for creating the V groove or a wide joint. A couple of safety observations. As we mentioned, safety is no game. All of your standard grinders will come with a safety guard. Inevitably, what you'll find is some of the technicians will, in fact, take this off. If you're cutting with this high RPM tool without the guard, please be careful. Safety is no game. In addition to that, protect your eyes. Anytime this tool goes on or turns on to the on position, you must have proper eye protection. A bare minimum, you want a dust mask and ear protection as well. Remember, to get the most out of your tools, use them properly, and more importantly, use them safely. I'm Bob Harris.